Hello guys, welcome back to Manala's Arc. I hope everything is proper and I hope you've been studying. So this video is for the grade 8s. Here we're working with basic operations with real numbers, okay? I'm going to try by all means to keep this video short, so let's get straight to it so that I save your time. So the 4 questions that I want us to do are the following. Here we have all basic operations. We have addition, multiplication, and subtraction, and we have division, whereby when we talk about division, we know that we are referring to the method of long division, right? So now, let's start with the first one. Let's use the space here. We have 5,323 plus 2,325. So what you have to do is to basically use the column method here. You're going to write the first value as you see it this way. We are done with this one. And then when you write this value, you start from the right, you go to the left. You start with the 5, you put the 5 there. You go to the 2, you put a 2. You go to the 3, you put a 3 there. You go to the 2, you put a 2 there. Now, if you do things this way, it will help you avoid making mistakes. So basically what happens here after that is that you add 3 plus 5. That gives you how much? 8. There's nothing to carry there. And then 2 plus 2, how much is that? That is 4. And then here 3 plus 3, that is how much? 6. And then 5 plus 2, that is 7. Easy as that. Hope that makes sense. Now let's go on to the next one. The next one we have multiplication. So this is, since this is a revision video, please pause the video and see if you can do the question on your own. And then afterwards, you will check the solutions from the video. Okay, let's do this one. So the first step is that you want to write this thing in a column method again. So we have 3, 5, 3 multiplied by, remember when you write the second value, you always start from the right. It's 3, then it's 2. Then there's your multiplication there. You close it. Don't forget to write this multiplication symbol, and don't forget to close with the division line there. So, and then from there, what happens? We add 3 with 3. This is not addition, sorry. Almost made a mistake there. So what happens there is that we multiply these values. The main aim is to multiply. So we start with this value. We multiply it with all the values there. So let's start. 3 multiplied by 3. That gives us 9. 3 multiplied by 5. That gives us 15. So instead of 15, we write this value. We write the 5. And then we carry 1 to the other side. Then 3 times 3. That is 9. 9 plus the carried 1. How much is that? 10. So we write 10 there. Then before we multiply with the 2, we have to bear in mind that this is a second value. So since it's a second value, now that we are done with the first value, we put a 0 there first. Then we do the same. 2 multiplied by 3, that gives us 6. 2 multiplied by 5, that gives us 10. If it gives us 2 digits, we write the digit on the right, which is 0. And the digit on the left, we carry it. So it's carried here. Make sense? Now 2 multiplied by 3, that is 6. Plus the carried 1, that is 7. So this is 7. And then you draw your closing line again. Then this is equals to, let's choose a more colorful pen. See that? Let's go back to red. Red is visible. So then here, now that you've multiplied them, you are left with this column now. Make sure your numbers are always aligned. One number is always on top of another one. Then here you add them. Don't forget to write this symbol. You have 9 plus 0, that is 9. You have 5 plus 6, that is 11. Now that it's 2 digits, you write the right digit here. The left one, you carry it. Then you have 0 plus 0, that is 0. Plus 1, that is 1. Then you have 1 plus 7, that is 8. So this is your answer. Hope it makes sense. Now moving on to the next one. So the next one here, we have subtraction. And then we just do this one the same way as we do addition. So we first write the first value, 5, 6, 3, 2. And then when it comes to this value, we start from the right to the left. We have a 2. We have a 5. You see how I'm aligning the values? We have a 2. And then we have a 3. You close your values, then you put a subtraction there. Then now you subtract. You're going to say this minus 2, that gives us 0. Then you say 3 minus 5, that is impossible. So you go to this other side now. You borrow one value. You put that one here. So which means now you have 13. Now, since you borrowed 1 from 6, it means now you no longer have 6. Instead, you have 5. Make sense? And then you continue here. Going to say 13 minus 5, that is 8. Right? And then you say 5 minus 2. Here you're left with 3. And then here you have 5 minus 3, that is 2. So this is your answer there. Whenever you have a question that says calculate the following, as long as you have basic operation questions here like this, most of the times, 95%, they'll tell you that do not use a calculator. But you must always know, whenever you have something like this, you should not use a calculator. Unless the question is 1 mark, yes, you can just give us the answer. But if it's more than 1, then you have to show us the steps. Let's move on to the next one. So here we have division. This is the part now that has long division, and it gives many people a problem. So please make sure that you understand the procedure very well here. Then you move on with it. Now, whenever we are working with long division, this number that you're dividing with, you put it outside a division symbol like this. And this value here, you put it inside the division box. Make sure you provide enough space there because you need to align your values together there. Now, what you're going to do here is that you're going to perform the following operations. The first thing is that you're going to divide. After you divide numbers, you write your answer. Then you will multiply the two values and then you write your answer. And then you will subtract the values and then write your answer. And then you will drop a value. So this is what we want here. You must follow this order exactly this way. Now let's start. First things first, we divide. How many times does 4 go into 5? It goes once. We write our answer there. The next step, we multiply this way. What is 1 multiplied by 4? That is 4. Right? We wrote the answer. Next step, we subtract. So I put a subtraction here and then I close this here. I'm saying now 5 minus 4. What is my answer? That is 1. And then we go to the next step, which is dropping the next value like this. Now we have 12. Now I divide 4 into 12. How many times does 4 go into 12? It goes 3 times. And then I say 3 now multiplied by 4. How much do I get? I get 12. Next step, we subtract. And then we close there so that we write our answer. What is 12 minus 12? That is 0. Right? And then the next step is to do what? Is to drop the 2. Then we divide again. I'm going to say 4 into 2. How many times does it go? It doesn't go. So if it doesn't go, what do? I put a 0 there. All set. Then I'll say, now drop another 4. Since I got a 0 there, nothing worked out. So I skip all the steps. I move on to dropping now. Like here, this is me dropping. And then I'll go and say 4 into 24. How many times does it go? It goes 6 times. Then I say 6. Now multiplied by the 4 here. How much do I get? I get 24. The next step is to do what? Is to subtract. Subtract. And then the closing line. 24 minus 24. That is 0. So it ends here. If ever this number here, it was not 0. So here you're going to give us our answer, and then you say remainder is 0. And then if our remainder here was not 0, maybe let's say it was 4, you're going to say our remainder is 4, this way. So whatever value you get here, if there is nothing else to drop, it ends there. I hope that's proper. So that is all for this video. Now I'll move on to the next topic for you guys. And I hope you got these things right, because I know you've been doing these things since grade 5. So this was just the starting phase. Now we move on to the next things. Goodbye for now. Don't forget to like the video.